What if the love you've been seeking your whole life was never meant to be found because it was never lost? Ram Dass, Be Love Now, full book summary. Each video I share is like a sacred spark, a whisper from the soul calling you home. If you're ready to explore this path of inner awakening together, subscribe now. One click helps this message ripple into more hearts. And if you feel drawn to dive deeper into Be Love Now by Ram Dass, the full book is waiting for you through the link in the description. Every copy supports more stories like this, more awakenings. There comes a moment in life when the questions grow louder than the noise around you. Who am I really? Why do I feel so disconnected, even when surrounded by people? Is there something more? Ram Dass's Be Love Now is not a book. It's a transmission, a spiritual download, a love letter from someone who walked through ego, fear, identity, and returned to tell us there is only love. Written in the twilight of his life, this book isn't just about awakening, it's about becoming love. Not loving as an action, not being loved as a goal, but being love as your natural state. In a world where performance replaces presence and connection is often filtered through screens, Be Love Now reminds us of something raw, simple, and ancient. The heart knows the way home. If you've ever felt alone in a room full of people, if you've ever yearned for something your mind couldn't name but your soul deeply remembered, this book is for you. Let's walk together now, not to learn love, but to remember it. Because the truth is, you already are what you seek. You are not the roles you play. Ram Dass reminds us, you are not your name, your job, your achievements, or your failures. You are not the mother, the daughter, the employee, the healer. These are masks, useful in the dance of life, but not the dancer. Every time you say, I am something, pause and ask, who is the I before the label? That silence is where love lives. You rush through the day being a parent, partner, professional. At night, you feel empty. Why? Because the roles fed your identity, but not your soul. Sit quietly. Repeat, I am loving awareness. Breathe. Let each word dissolve the masks you wear. Do this daily. Watch the shift begin. Love is not an emotion, it's your essence. We confuse love with butterflies, drama, or approval. But Ram Dass says, love isn't something you feel, it's what you are. The deeper you sit in stillness, the more the walls of identity fall. What remains is not emptiness, but presence. And presence is love. Think of the last time you held a baby or looked into a pet, eyes. There was no story, just presence. That is love, that is you. Place your hand on your heart, close your eyes, say, I am love, not as an affirmation, as a remembrance. Do this each morning before touching your phone. The guru is not outside you. Ram Dass's teacher, Neem Karoli Baba, showed him the truth, but the deeper message was this: the real guru lives within. You don't need to fly to India or seek mystical beings. Every teacher, every moment, if you're awake, is pointing you back to yourself. The heart is the eternal guru. You're struggling with anxiety, so you search YouTube, read books, chase methods. But the calm you seek isn't in techniques, it's in turning inward. Next time you feel overwhelmed, don't reach outward. Sit, ask silently, what would love say now? Then listen. The heart is a portal to the infinite. The mind analyzes, the heart knows. And when Ram Dass says, be love now, he means live from the heart, not just with it. The heart is not weak, it is not naive. It is the strongest force in the universe. It contains all timelines, all dimensions, all wisdom. In conflict, the mind says win, the heart says see. It doesn't mean you agree with harm, it means you act from clarity, not ego. Begin each conversation today with a moment of heart awareness. Touch your chest before speaking. Let your words come from that space, not from defensiveness, but from depth. Suffering is grace in disguise. Pain is part of the human condition, but Ram Dass teaches us, suffering becomes sacred when we stop resisting it. Every heartbreak, every illness, every loss, it's not punishment, it's a portal. Suffering strips away what's false. It humbles the ego and opens the heart. It says, let go, let love in. You lose someone you love, the mind spirals, why me? But slowly, when you soften, you feel them in you. Their absence becomes presence. When in pain, ask not, why is this happening to me? But what is this trying to awaken in me? Journal your answer. Let pain become your teacher, not your prison. The illusion of separateness. You think you're you and I am me, but that's the greatest illusion. At the soul level, there are no borders, no genders, no races, only light. Ram Dass speaks of the witness, the one behind the eyes watching your story unfold. That watcher is the same in everyone, different bodies, same essence. You walk past a homeless person and feel disconnected, but if you pause, breathe, and look, you might see the same spark behind their eyes, the same longing, the same light. Today, make eye contact with one stranger, not a glance, a gaze, just for 3 seconds. Silently say, we are not separate. Feel the walls crumble. Devotion is the bridge between form and the formless. Ram Dass fell in love with his guru, but not the man. He fell in love with the love the guru reflected back to him. That devotion became a flame, a doorway into the formless. Devotion isn't submission. It's surrender, not to a person but to the mystery, to trust in something greater than your mind. You hear a song that makes you cry, though you do know why. That's devotion stirring, something inside remembering the infinite. Create a small altar, photos, candles, anything sacred, not as ritual but as a reminder. There is more than what you see. Sit before it for 2 minutes daily. Just sit, just be. The ego dies, but you remain. The ego clings, it fights. It wants to be right, to be seen, to be special. But Ram Dass learned that the more you let the ego die, the more you live in peace. And guess what? You don't disappear, you become more you, the real you. Not the anxious achiever or wounded child, but the soul, radiant, rooted, real. Someone criticizes you and you feel attacked. The ego wants to retaliate, but the soul breathes. The soul says, this moment is passing, I remain. Next time your ego reacts, pause and name it. Say, this is my ego wanting attention. Then smile, you've already won. Presence is the purest form of love. Love doesn't always need words. Sometimes the most loving thing you can offer is your full presence. No fixing, no judging, just being. Ram Dass says the greatest gift you can give anyone is your presence, because presence is the essence of love. A friend is grieving. You don't know what to say. You sit beside them in silence. That silence speaks louder than any advice. During your next conversation, resist the urge to interrupt or mentally prepare your reply. Just listen. Let your eyes soften. Let your heart open. See what shifts. Relationships as a path to God. We often see relationships as sources of happiness or pain, but Ram Dass teaches us, relationships are mirrors. Each person we meet reflects something in us, especially the ones who trigger us. Your partner, parent, or enemy, they are not obstacles on your path, they are the path. You feel irritated by a coworker's arrogance. Instead of blaming, ask, what part of me feels unseen right now? The trigger becomes a teacher. Choose one person today. Instead of reacting to them, study them. Ask, what lesson is this soul offering me right now? Respond from that awareness. Silence is the sound of God. In the West, we fear silence. We fill it with noise, notifications, and words. But Ram Dass says, in silence, the divine speaks. You don't need mantras or music, just stillness, just now, just breath. That's where the beloved lives. You wake up and immediately scroll your phone. What if you did? What if the first voice you heard was silence? Start a sacred 60 seconds ritual. 1 minute each morning. No goals, no thoughts, just sit, just breathe, just be. Be love now. The book title is The Final Teaching. Be, stop becoming, you already are. Love not as an act, as your truth. Now, not tomorrow, not when you heal, right here, right now. This isn't a philosophy, it's a frequency, and you are the instrument. You wait for the perfect moment to meditate or be kind, but love doesn't wait, love lives now. Set an hourly reminder, be love now. Pause whatever you're doing, take one breath, smile, that's enough. You were never broken, only distracted. You were never separate, only sleeping. And now you remember. You remember that love is not something you get. It's not something you give. It is something you are. You remember that the divine doesn't live in temples or texts. It lives in your breath, in your gaze, in your stillness. You remember that awakening doesn't mean becoming someone new. It means returning to who you've always been. So I ask you now, can you pause long enough to feel your own heart? Can you trust love, not as a feeling, but as the ground beneath your feet? Can you walk through the noise of this world and still carry silence in your chest? Because the truth is, you already know how to be love. You just forgot. And this moment is your invitation to remember. Each video I share is like a signal fire for the soul. If your heart stirred even for a second, I invite you to walk this path with me. Subscribe now. One simple gesture helps this message reach thousands more. If this teaching resonated with you, if it felt like coming home, you can go deeper by reading Be Love Now by Ram Dass. The link is in the description. Every purchase supports this channel and fuels future awakenings. Take a breath, feel the love in your chest, and begin your own journey into Be Love Now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to stay connected to the teachings that awaken your heart.